Hey, what's going on guys? Jolts here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Hunt 2021. Now, for those who aren't familiar, the Hunt is a community event we hold every year. Killer6 and I have put our heads together to make this event happen for Borderlands 3. And in this event, it is a scavenger hunt for all the unique items in the game. So, you know, any legendary purple or blue item with red text. Now, for this year, it will be taking place on Borderlands 3, and all the money raised during the event will be going towards charity. But this year, we have chosen St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Alright, so like I said, the Hunt is a community event, so anybody can enter. And now, I do want to bring up you can do it for the fun of it, or you can actually compete. The way it's going to work is, each time you get a dedicated drop, it will count for points, and the person with the most points by the end of the event is the winner. Now, you might be thinking how many points are something worth, or where are the rules, where do I sign up? You'll want to go to bl3hunt.com. If it makes it easier, I will link it in the description too. Now, I do want to give a huge thanks to Chav, the guy who created the website. He did put a lot of time and effort into this. On the website, right at the top, you can sign in on Twitch, and it will ask you to sign in, and you're pretty much registered for the hunt. That's it. Now, you can compete if you don't stream on Twitch, that is okay too. But in order to register, you do have to sign in through Twitch, but you can stream on YouTube or whatever else you want to stream on. You don't have to stream if you're doing the hunt for fun, but if you are competing, you do have to stream it. We gotta make sure you know the drops are legitimate and there's no cheating involved. To give everybody an even playing field, there are rules for the hunt. To give you guys the basics, the hunt will be starting on March 1st at 7 AM Eastern, and it will end on March 5th at 11:59 PM Eastern. During this time, you will have to start a new character and run through the game and farm dedicated drops. Now, as you know, Borderlands 3 has a lot of world drops. You know, you kill a boss and get 15 legendaries. Those are not dedicated drops, those are called world drops. For the spirit of the hunt, we will not be counting world drops for points. You'll have to go out and farm specific enemies for certain drops. For example, the lob is a dedicated drop from Grave Ward, so you will have to get it as a drop from Grave Ward to count it for points. If you happen to get a lob from somebody like Genevieve, that will not count towards points. One change that we have made for the hunt this year is that you can actually count one world drop for points. Only one. For example, let's say you don't want to farm Katagawa Ball for the Brainstormer. You can find a Brainstormer anywhere in the game and then count it for points. Again, you can only count one world drop. One. As for the competition side of things, you cannot use your Guardian rank because, you know, that varies from person to person. You cannot use the Lost Loot Machine because items from a non-hunt character can end up in there. TVHM doesn't offer anything extra, so we're not going to count that for the hunt. You can only count one item per slot and no duplicates. So if you get the lob from Grave Ward and get 3 points, you cannot farm another lob and get another 3 points. Each dedicated drop only counts once per points. Once you hop into Mayhem levels, you cannot go back to non-Mayhem levels. This is the same kind of rules we had back in the Borderlands 2 hunt, in which when you enter OP levels, you can only stay in OP levels. So once you're in Mayhem, you have to stay in Mayhem. Now, you are allowed to jump around your Mayhem levels. You can go to Mayhem 10, and then back to Mayhem 6, and then back to Mayhem 7, whatever you want. That is fine. For those who want to do co-op for the hunt, you can do that too. Just make sure that if you are competing, that you're streaming. There will be no use of the golden chest because keys vary from person to person. You will not be able to read-only or dashboard farm, so what you get is what you get. Now, your character bank can be used, but you can only take out items earned on your hunt character. So if you have a perfect shiny plasma coil that you farmed on another character in there, you cannot take that out for your hunt character. Again, only items earned on your hunt character can be taken out or put into the bank. You may not use these super deluxe items, so if you do start with those in your mail from the pre-order bonus, you can claim them out of your mail and then drop them on the floor to despawn. As for other mailed item rules, you cannot claim stuff sent by friends. Also, items claimed during a red chest event cannot be taken out either. The only items you can take out of your mail are going to be the crew challenges and also, you know, the manufacturer challenges. So if you get 100 kills with the Jacobs, you can go ahead and claim that Jacobs out of the mail. As for the EchoCast events, you will have to disable most of them. This will ensure that everybody has an even playing field and not getting, you know, bot buffs 24/7. Now, I should have mentioned this earlier that if you are going to be competing, we are going to be counting points for all the DLCs in the game except for DLC number 2. Sadly, DLC 2 was banned in some countries due to the content, so those who can play the Gunslave and Tentacles DLC will be at a huge advantage. Now, if you do not own all the DLC, that's fine too, you can still compete. There are so many items in the base game alone that you might be able to win the hunt just from that. Yeah, with over 350 plus legendaries in the game, I don't even know if anybody's going to complete the whole list. Again, it all comes down to how many points you have at the end, so whoever has the most will win. Continuing on here, we have items from slot machines, and items from vendors do not count for points for the hunt. They are way too common and would be an easy way to rack up a lot of points in no time at all. So those are not allowed. This also goes for the gun too if you're getting legendaries out of that. Like I said, all these don't count for points, but if you do find a legendary in a vendor or a chest or whatever, you can pick that up and use that, that's fine. You just can't count it for points because you do want to farm the dedicated source for those. Now, some of the bigger challenges in the game will be allowed for points, and that is going to be the Lilith chest at the end of the game. When you beat the main story and open that chest, you will get a bunch of legendaries, so those all count for points. Beating the game should be rewarding, so that's why we counted that. This will also go for all the DLC endings, so the Jackpot Loot Room will count for points even if the world drops. All of the items found in the Bank Vault for the Bounty of Blood DLC will count for points. And all of the items in the Krieg DLC Vault Hollow Room will also count for points. Alright, I don't think I really need to mention it, but just in case no mods or macros can be used, you have to play on the vanilla copy of Borderlands 3. Also, quite a few major glitches and exploits cannot be used either, such as the Complex Root Insane Splash Damage glitch, item duplication, and a lot more. Now, there are going to be some exploits you can use, and most of these were agreed upon by the community over on my Discord. These exploits aren't going to be game-breaking and are allowed for the hunt. Some of those will be rocket jumping or applying damage over time to yourself to get your skills, auto-resetting the scrap trap spawns, and a lot more. Now, there is a lot of exploits and glitches in the Borderlands series, so if they're not on the list, you can, comment below and we'll see if that's going to be allowed. Basically, if it's not on the list and it pops up in your head and you think it might be an exploit or a glitch, just don't do it. Now, for those who want to have a copy of the rules on their computer, you can download the rules below. That will take you to a pastebin document that you can download for yourself. Alright, on to all the items here. So again, there's a downloadable list for the items if you want to keep that for yourself too or track your points. And yeah, there is a lot of items in Borderlands 3. A lot. In my mind, I don't think anybody's going to complete the whole list. There's just so many items to get in a 5-day period. So the way this works is the harder the item is to get, the more points it's worth. If it's a super easy drop or easy to get, then it's not worth as many points. For example, the Ion Cannon, it's a guaranteed drop, so it's worth 1 point. Then you have something like a Guardian Takedown drop like the Web Slinger, that's worth a lot more points. So I can't really show it yet because the claim option's not active until the hunt actually begins, but next to each of the items there will be a claim button. You can click on that and then add a clip of your drop actually happening in the game. You gotta have video proof of getting the drop, otherwise it does not count for points. So make sure when you kill a boss, look at the item card and then, it'll count for points. Now if you're not gonna be competing for the hunt and doing it for fun, don't worry about getting clips for every single drop you get. On the downloadable list, you can track all of your points here. On this Google document, all you gotta do is add to the total and it will automatically add it up for you. In total for this hunt, there's gonna be 1,127 points. Obviously, the person closest to that number will be the winner. Also remember, if you are competing, you can count 1 world drop for points, so if you do that, be sure to claim that item by adding a clip of the drop happening. As for the charity side of things, you can find a donation link on the right side. All the money sent through this link will be going to St. Jude. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video, so if you guys have any questions, be sure to comment it below. I will do my best to reply to any major questions or concerns. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys for the event, and the hunt is on.